Hey guys, Neomis here. Welcome to today's video this Monday morning. I hope you're all doing great. I thought now was probably the best time to put out my Arsenal Leeds preview for tomorrow's Carabao Cup game against Leeds United. That's right, it is round four, and we all know what this means. This gives Arsenal a perfect opportunity to set the trend, to set the pace for this season. So far, the season has started out a hell of a lot better than what I thought. After 10 games, and I know we haven't played the 10th yet, but I expect it to be about 9 points with how preseason looked like. Yes, there were some injuries, but I think more so rather than the injuries, more so is to do with Arteta learning from his mistakes. And he is learning from them, and I hope he continues with that because if he continues learning from those mistakes, then I could see the season finishing off a lot better than what I think originally how it was going to be, which was at maximum an eighth place finish, but more something closer to about 12th or 13th overall. But tomorrow's game in the Carabao Cup, I'm looking forward to it, not only because it's Arsenal Leeds, but also because I will be there in the stadium cheering on the Arsenal. And yeah, having my first taste of Arsenal football for the first time in a long time, to be really honest. I haven't been at the Emirates for a long time, so it'd be good to go back there to N1, the former Gillespie Road, going through the Arsenal station, feeling the atmosphere of what it's to be like there. And you have to believe that my guess is that that stadium is going to be rocking tomorrow just because of how well Arsenal played against Aston Villa. And you know what? Everybody is going to be expecting a win. I do want to go out there and kind of temper people's expectations, though, on this Leeds game um, because I think it's going to be virtually the team that faced off against Aston Villa. I think for the most part, most of those players are going to be saved for Leicester on Saturday. So I think what you're going to get in tomorrow's game is just going to basically be a very more rotated squad. I expect to see all the players that have been in purgatory, that was built by Arteta, to be released from their shackles and to be playing in tomorrow's game against Leeds United. And this is why players like Bern Leno, I will be in goal unless he's out injured or something's wrong with him. I expect him to be there. I expect to see um, at right back probably Cedric Soares. Two centre backs will be Rob Holden, Callum Chambers, and then at left back, I'm also going to go with Tavares at left back. Or Kieran. I'll go with Tierney because I think that Tavares should play against um, Leicester on Saturday. I think that he's proven and should be rewarded for having a good game against Leicester. Because if you play well, my attitude is if you play well against the team, you kind of should be rewarded in the next game by at least getting a start. That's not to say that he's going to finish the game, but at the very least he should get a start. This will give an opportunity for Kieran Tierney maybe to get some rest. A bit, maybe have a bit of a refresher. He hasn't been quite the same Kieran Tierney that when he first started. So it would be good to see him get an opportunity in this game, Kieran Tierney. And to be honest, I can't remember the last time that he played in a Carabao Cup game. So this actually might be his first shout out for the Carabao Cup game overall. Then in midfield, I expect to see Thomas Partey rested. I expect to see Sam be rested, and I think that he probably will go with the two in midfield, going back to kind of a 4-2-3-1 with El Nene and Ainsley Maitland-Niles in that midfield, just kind of creating a good solid midfield there. In the number 10, I think he will go with Odegaard. I think Odegaard has to play for me. Not because I'm a big Odegaard fan, but just because Odegaard should not be starting on Saturday. This should be a game where he goes out and plays 9 minutes worth of football, kind of get things going, like get whatever conditioning that he needs because he definitely looks off the pace. Don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because he can't handle the Premier League. Just maybe it's just too much for him. Really don't understand that, but I expect Odegaard to start and play the majority of minutes, 85, 90 minutes. No way should Odegaard be coming off at 60 minutes unless he again physically just can't handle Leeds and what the threat that Leeds is going to give. Then wide left, I am going with Pepe. He needs to play. He's another one. Let him come up on that pitch and do what he can do best. I think that's the best way forward. On the right, I'm going to go with Gabriel Martinelli. He's another one who needs games, desperate for games. I mean, I'm shocked that we haven't even seen Gabriel Martinelli a lot more. Just getting kind of regular first team football, or at the very least, just kind of rotational football, and just coming on regularly rather than coming on with in the 90th minute with 2 3 minutes left to play. Like it's like, what's the point? What really is the point? And him coming on in the 90th minute, like it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So hopefully he gets a game. And then up front, you're probably thinking I'm gonna go with Lacazette. Absolutely not. I gotta go for my man Eddie Nketiah making his return to that Arsenal side. Um, the last cup game that we played in the last round, round three, Eddie Nketiah was really good. Scored a nice goal. Got nothing but plaudits and credit from Arteta, and I expect him to start in this game as well, unless he is injured or for whatever it is that can't play. If not him, then you go for Balogun or maybe somebody else from the academy to play in that kind of striker role. And then on the bench, I expect to see mainly academy players, maybe three senior players for the spine of the team. And even then, I'd probably go for Bamiyang because for me, I felt that Lacazette was the guy that really tired himself out, put in a lot of energy. We would not have won that game against Aston Villa if it wasn't for Lacazette. He was the unsung hero. He was the one dropping back in other positions, allowing other players to do what they do best. Like he made the sacrifice, and I gotta give him massive, massive credit for that. Overall, so well done to Laka for that. And because of that, I expect to see him get the night off because we're going to need him for Saturday. Um, you know what? No. Just because he's coming up to, he still needs time to get his body ready. Maybe you want to have him on the bench for kind of maybe get a little 20-minute run out instead of Aubameyang. Um, and then apart from that, I'd probably have some academy players. So if Zach Swanson is around, have him there, and yeah, just fill it with a bunch of academy players and players who are just generally not getting any team time. I'm expecting to see the likes of Arthur Okonkwo on the bench there as well. Charlie Patino, I expect to see as well on the bench. Yeah, he'll probably go get a run out too. But let's not get away from ourselves. This is going to be a lead side who don't have a lot of depth in their side, and in terms of rotation, I don't know where they're going to rotate. So I actually have Leeds' last game this past Saturday, and give me one sec. So I have their game against Wolves. They finished 1-1, and Rodrigo played. I don't know where Bamford is at the moment. My guess is that he's injured. But I mean, they had a defense of Shackleton, Diego Lorente, Liam Cooper, Stuart Dallas, playing a 4-4-1-1. Then Rafinha, Strujic, Click, and Harrison in that midfield, and then Daniel James, Rodrigo up front in the 1-1. Daniel James kind of playing as a 10. Obviously, you probably will remember Daniel James from Man United. He was sold to Leeds there, my guess. And then when you look at their bench, the only ones I've heard of is Tyler Roberts, Calvin Phillips. Why he isn't starting, I don't know. Maybe he's just come back from injury. Brilliant at the World Cup. Um, Charlie Cresswell, I've heard of is it Cody Drummer, the right back, and Adam Forshaw, as I've always heard of as well. So yeah, that's that's kind of it. My guess is that we're probably going to see maybe some people from their academy as well that might get an opportunity, but for the most part, I expect to see more of the same. Um, so it's a tough one. I don't because I don't know much about Leeds' depth, and me looking at their bench, I don't think that they have a lot of depth there. If you want me to be honest, I don't think that they have a lot of depth there. If maybe if Bamford's coming back from injury, he might play. You got Rodrigo there, who doesn't really start a lot of games. Very versatile player, can hold the ball up. Um, but I'm expecting them to probably play either, if they're serious, somewhat of a Premier League side, and if they're not, to play on most bench players and academy players. Because right now Leeds are not doing that great this season. They've been poor. They've changed their style a lot. I remember even saying last season that yes, they have good attacking football, but defensively and their goalkeeper are like just not good enough. And Dramir, who has potential, I know him from my FIFA days. Very good potential right back, but just not at the level that's needed. Definitely not at a Premier League level. He is at a Championship level, so let's really see how all of that goes. But I'm going with a 3-2 finish for Arsenal in this. I think this is an opportunity for Arsenal to win. And I think with the starting lineup that I suggested, I think that this is perfect. Pepe, Nketiah, if he's around, Gabriel Martinelli, and even with Rob Holding and Callum Chambers at centre back, I still think that that's good enough to beat this lead side. With Cedric Soares as well, even Bern Leno, who's a bit of a social leper right now because he's decided that he's on his way out. So he still, I think, is a solid player overall. So it's going to be a good one. Very good one, but leave your comments below on what your thoughts are on how the game is going to be. Like I said, I'm going with a 3-2 finish. Goal scorers, I'm going to go with two goals from Pepe, one. Oh, I'm gonna go with Nketiah, Pepe, Martinelli, just because I can. Odegaard, I'll give him 3 assists for that kind of linking play there, kind of trying to put himself in the position to get into that Leicester side, which I don't think we should even mess with, to be really honest. But I think that he's gonna be up for it, Odegaard, as well. So let's see what happens there. But guys, thank you once again for watching the video. Please do leave your comments below on what you think your thoughts on the game will be, as well as your prediction. And if you didn't respond to my last video on the Aston Villa game, do leave that below. Interesting to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow night. And probably tomorrow for another video that I intend on doing on William Saliba. So stay tuned to that, and I will see you all soon. Peace.